Medicare and Medicaid should stay intact or undergo a major change?
No change.
Strengthening it.
If you bring about immigration.
No changes. No change.
Secure and protect.
Immigration and,
Secure.
Do you think there should be an end to Roe versus Wade? And do you think lawmakers should legislate women's rights to abortion?
Women have the right to choose.
Leave Roe versus Wade alone. No.
Leave Roe versus Wade alone? No. I'm not in favor of abortions.
Leave Roe versus Wade alone.
Leave it alone.
Okay, this is the last question, and then everybody will give their closing statement. How should we reduce our skyrocketing deficit? Should we reduce spending or raise taxes to reduce the deficit? Few words.
Reducing the deficit, I'm not old with that. What we need on the tax side, though, is an all-new, complete, total new tax overhaul. Everything we know about filing our taxes the way we've ever always done it needs a total new U.S. tax reform. Everything about it, up A to Z, okay? I'm sorry, thanks.
We can reduce spending by cutting all the tax loopholes, the welfare to the rich, to the corporations, the oil companies. Those are areas we can reduce costs. And then, of course, tax increase to make sure that the people that are making over $250,000 are paying their fair share. That is just good American thing to do.
Most of the wealthy people try to hide their wealth overseas. The Facebook people that, when they started to become a public-owned company, immediately denounced their citizenship and went overseas to say paying the taxes is wrong. We can reduce the deficit by having real fines and recovering money from people that are caught, put them in a fund so that it can be used back in the specific communities that were affected.
This is a false issue, but I'm going to say, see, actually, Republicans under Bush, 8 years, they had a spending party. They had an absolute spending party. They had Bush tax cut. They basically had two unfunded war in TARP, which was $718 million. Then when Obama came into the presidency, they decided, oh my God, spending, and they put it all on him. Right now, federal revenue taxes are the lowest it's been since 1950. We don't have a real spending issue, we have an actual revenue issue. And as my good friend Ray mentioned, there is over $1 trillion in overseas profits from multinational companies. They're right now negotiating to bring those that funds back to the United States at 5.2% tax rate. So we against that.
All right, Fatima Muhammad. As far as is there a deficit, that's faulty logic. It's false. It's a false choice, and this is a debate propped up by the 1% to get the 99% of us scrambling and wondering what's next. And it's class warfare. I'm going to quote Warren Buffett, the world's richest person. He says, it's class warfare. My class is winning, but it shouldn't be. And so they throw up these phony questions. It's a deficit. It's spending. Stop the corporate welfare. If oil companies are getting subsidies to support them digging and because they promise they're going to make jobs, don't believe the hype or fall for the okie doke. Stop corporate welfare, then you'll be able to get some real revenue. And then they will stop threatening earned benefits.
This is a far more serious discussion. I think I'm going to have the time allotted for it. But the $17 trillion deficit is real because we have borrowed the money and it creates inflation. Inflation is when you pay more for gas, you pay more for groceries, you pay more for electricity, you pay more for milk, and you have less resources to deal with. If we want to maintain purchase power in this country, and that means many of you who are on fixed incomes having the ability to have the money in your hand to purchase the things that you need, if we don't deal with the deficit, which potentially will double in a decade, going from 17 trillion to 32 trillion, more than 60 to 70% of any new revenue will go to financing debt, not the programs that many of the people in here need in terms of Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. So we have to pay down the deficit and be serious about it, and Lealon Jones is the person you want there to be able to handle that discussion.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Clarence McMillan, who is taping our program. And now we will start our closing statements. And we'll start on that end. You have 2 minutes, and that's all.
Yes, my name is John Blythe. That's, you can find me at blytheamerica.com. That's BLYTH America.com. I thank you all for coming on one of the coldest nights of the year, and for the use of your good church. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I thank the panel. Thank the chairman of this occasion. Thank the audience and the voters. I think this is an opportunity for you all to make a difference. My name again is Victor Jonathan, and I'm asking, I need your votes. I believe that I'm the most qualified person for this job. Contrary to what anybody might have said, I believe that you need somebody strong in Washington to fight for your rights, to fight for what will benefit you and not what will benefit them. I will sacrifice to make sure that I stand on what I told you I'm going to do. I will continue to meet with you, to have town hall meetings so that we can work together to know exactly what you need done. We need jobs. We need jobs in all over the community. We need good education. We need our schools to be strong, to be funded. We need summer jobs for the young people to keep them off the street. We need good education from grade school. We need to stop the school closings. It is not needed. The money is there. And talk about the deficit. Yes, we can bring the deficit down. The people that are in Washington, the same people that got us in this problem, are the ones that ran up the deficit through carelessness, through irresponsibility. So you need somebody that can fight for you and stand on what they say they are going to do, and they do it. That is why you need to vote for me, Victor Jonathan. And I thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Charles Rayburn, and I unapologetically and deservingly ask for your vote. How are you living? Are you letting people take away your joy? Don't let anyone take away your joy. My name is Charles Rayburn because I believe in my commitment to you, my creativity, and I have innovative ideas that will help you. I think big, I aim high, and I reach my goals. If a Republican governor, Chris Christie, could reach out to a Democratic president and tell him that we need comfort and relief by his district and come back with millions and millions of dollars after Hurricane Sandy, I assure you that Charles Rayburn, a Democrat, can reach out to President Obama and come back with needed aid, comfort, and relief for the 2nd Congressional District. However, Colin Powell, a 4-star general, a war hero, pointed out that the Republicans look down on minorities. They don't use people of color. They have a dark vein that they need to address their own problems. So as a freshman congressman, I would not waste my time reaching out to Republicans. Bobby Rush, Danny Davis, and all of them can finish discussing that and let me know how it came out. Because Colin Powell, if he couldn't do it, I guarantee you, as hard as I am, and I can go 12 rounds, they won't listen to me either. Senator Paul Simon, he said that I cannot seek re-election because of this spirit of meanness that has come over America. Well, I've got to run. I've got to fight for you because I can fight the spirit of meanness and I will win. In closing, I just want to remind you of Ezekiel's dry bones. I know a way out of hell for those of us that will take it. I can get those dry bones in our community connected to be one functioning body again, to be not a dysfunctional family, but like my family, married 32 years to the same woman, sent all my kids to college and thousands of yours.
All right.
My name is Gregory Hain. Gregory Hain, again. Okay. Punch 107. But I want to state one thing here. I'm not running for Congress because I need a job. I'm not doing it because, I need the money. The reason I'm running for Congress is because, as I mentioned, for the past 30 years, I worked for the Department of Employment and Security. Employment Service and Unemployment Insurance and Workforce Investment Information. For 3 or 4 of those, I would say on average, the past 4 or 5 years, we've been in the worst economic situation in the country, as President Obama has said, the Great Recession. During that time, and in certain offices, we've seen on average 70 to 80,000 people a year or more. When they exhaust their unemployment, because everybody's heard about extended benefits and so forth, they can't find work. A person would say 7 words to me or my staff. They would say, these 7 words, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? Now, if you're a person with any compassion or understanding that you really want to help somebody, then you want to do something about it. And that's why I'm running for Congress. I want to ensure that there's a system in place that can assist those people when they need help. Because as I mentioned, the public employment service system is not there. It just certainly is not there. I want to make sure that there's economic development.
Sir, your time is up.
Thank you. Gregory Hain, Fund 107.
All right, thank you. 2013 is already historical. We are the people who make history. And I can run the numbers. This district has 8 hospitals, 5 colleges and universities. It has open fields in Peatone, busy inner city stuff in Kingwood and Hyde Park. We have it all. And the thing that has to happen in the next 30 months or so is to make sure that President Obama's plan that's already, he's worked on it, he's built the infrastructure of it, he's laid and broke ground. So we need somebody who's going to escort that and make that happen with credibility, transparency, and accountability. And the issues that I know work are education, because it is economic development, youth development programs. We got to deal with all of our young people and give them something to do and something to aspire to. And I'm thinking about this verse in 1131, Numbers. It's like the last is going to become first, and that's what time it is now. This election is special because Illinois has had enough of the politics. Send the candidate with the most common name in the world to effectively win the arguments that matter for the 2nd Congressional District. And I'm glad the record is going to reflect this. I'm not running for the money. As broke as I am, as a working mother, I pledge to match my salary to the lowest salary in this district, which is about $47,000. I won't collect more than that. The other part, the difference, is going to be reinvested to the district.
Thank you very much.
Fatima Muhammad, 112.
Yourselves a round of applause. Thanks for being here this evening. Yourselves a round of applause. This has been a great evening. Everybody is there. You're not going to see my name on the ballot on February 27th because I'm already going to be in the general election as a third-party candidate with the Green Party. You can vote for me April 9th. What this election about for me is knowing that we have a small window of opportunity as a community to make decisions that are going to impact generations far beyond today. Economically, we are at a turning point. with $17 trillion of debt, with entitlement spending more needed more than ever, we have to have somebody in Congress that has a sensible understanding of both sides of the equation. To have an emotional response right now, no matter how compassionate it is, will not solve the problems of our community. We have to have a discussion that looks at the efficiencies and the infrastructures that we have to put in place as a community to sustain the growth that we have and to reinvigorate the ideas that have to innovate the future that we need. April 9th is when you can vote for me, but you can work or volunteer today. My name is Lee Allen Jones. I have a card that I passed out where you can go find me on the internet. I am the candidate that you would want for your grandkids. I'm the candidate that you want when you see these young people in the community that look like they have lost hope. I'm only 33 years old. Ms. Strasburg doesn't remember. She wrote one of the columns about me when I was in high school when I won the Peabody, but a defender. So I have a real long-range plan to affect this community in ways that it never has. I don't have a reaction, ladies and gentlemen. I have a vision, and you can put me there. Thank you.
Let's give all of our candidates a round of applause. And I now turn it back over to the Vice President of the South Shore Gardens Betterment Association, Mr. Johnny A. Cox. Sure, our program is over.
What?